G'day folks, and welcome to World of Tanks with the Magnificent Margon. Well, as you can see, I have a new intro to introduce my World of Tank videos. I thought, you know what, start the new year off. I did my review on the M4043, and then today I thought, you know what, maybe it is time. It's time to get into the groove of things and do a whole new intro. Now, as you can see, I'm playing my T30. I've played a lot of the T30 lately. Sometimes I have great games, sometimes I have terrible games, just by being out of position or being in the right position, depending on things. Now, if you look at what I've done, I hesitated at the start here to make a decision. Looking at the enemy team, I did see the T61A. As you can see, is a blue player at 60%. Also then looked at the guild he's in and went DPS and thought he's going to be a outstanding player on the other team. And I knew straight away, as he has done, shown by the map, he will be on the right hand side, probably leading up to the assault. He was one of the first people to be spotted, so I thought, I've got to be a key role in playing on this heavy tank valley side. I have to try and make sure we can get the mouse to break through, along with using the Star Destroyer. It is a very disappointing match, just to clarify things. The IS-4 was spotted. He actually, it's interesting, the IS-4 really, I think it was him, didn't move from being in the back of the field for quite a large time. The RU-251, great positioning. I saw the VK-45, I knew I couldn't pen him, so I quickly adjusted ever so slightly then to hit the E75. Surprisingly, they're not shooting at me, they're shooting at behind me, where the Star Destroyer is. Of course, T30 is not much of a threat when you've got a tank that can pretty well one-shot things. So that becomes the bigger threat. It's just a damn shame that the RU-251 put himself in a position where he just got killed by who killed him? I think it was the IS-122, by the way it looks. Yeah, there's a good possibility of that. I'm not sure, I didn't catch on the screen, but if you look above the map, I'm sure you will see it. Seeing the way things have played out, I've now adjusted my angle, thinking I've got to help these guys be aggressive on this VK-45B, and I thought, you know what, the IS-4 is no threat. Well, he is now. Okay, well, I'm going to press up. I'm going to take a gamble that the scumbags aren't watching, and press up hard on this VK-45, putting a lot of pressure on him. I'm crossing my fingers now, hoping scumbags don't hit me, and it is very, very hair-raising. I then go, I have to just get around here, I just have to push, and I have got the IS-3 following me. Just got to get the shots on now. Ooh, I've been hit, that's okay. Pound one into him, IS-3 goes up, and oh, there's an ammo rack. Oh, I love that about that. When you're so close to things, you just see the screen shake. It is amazing the way the whole graphics things works now. I really do enjoy the little things about that. But unfortunately, the other flank has completely fallen. Despite the fact that we've pushed through and broken through, they've done the same. The only thing that stands between us now is this IS-4. The IS-4, as many of you may know, is a very, very strong frontally armoured tank. There's no point in me even trying to go one-on-one front-on with this guy. He will destroy me. So I have to use the other tactics at my disposal, which is to flank him. Unfortunately, well, I wasn't quite able to. I just had to bounce an IS-3 shot and go, hang on a second, what's going on here? Where did you come from? Okay, well, and he showed me his cheek by turning ever so slightly. I know that sort of the gun was snapping around too, so it gave me an advantage, but it was good. I sort of was aiming for the lower glacier and slightly adjusted for the cheek of the IS-3. Feeling I could distract him by popping out and let the IS-3 hit him, and there's another shaking explosion as he's been destroyed. And oh, it's just, you can feel it, but the only thing is now I can feel the end is actually near. I'm trying to get up here to help the lurver out by destroying the T57. as you can see. I get him, but unfortunately the Lerva gets hit quite hard by the Leopard prototype A, and shortly after will fall. I am taking a pot shot now on the IS-8, and watch this. This is just, here we go, adjust, boom, straight through, perfect. But it doesn't help the Lerva, unfortunately. He is just, I can't reload in time to get another shot on this IS-8. He pulls back, and well, I'm not real fussed about going out there. There's an ISU 152 watching over the fields. I'm not prepared to actually take him on. There's a Leopard prototype. It's just a pity I can't get my gun round in time to hit him and help the Lerva out. It was just, yeah, it was. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't save everything, and this is where I realised that, you know what, it's time to just get some more damage done. And the only way, because I'm not going to get back to the base, there's too many people watching the field, and hands off the enemy team. They've made the play. Whoever was in the cap circle, best move you could make. Like, I wouldn't have done it any other way myself. If I was in a position like this where potentially we could lose, I would do the same thing. And if we were all playing in the right manner, this would have been a different game. It's just a pity. I should have probably gone left of the hill. I went right, and the ISU managed to kill the IS-3, finish him off with the help of the Lerva, and I was unable to actually get in there. As you can see, auto aiming once again. I am getting used to the auto aiming now, particularly when it comes to hitting the rear of tanks like that. It does pay to do it. It just saves me having to zoom in, aim correctly. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty confident in certain tanks that I can hit them like that, and it does come in handy. Now this is where I basically think, well, not much else left for it. Let's go hunting for this scumbag. Let's find out where he's hiding, and let's just finish him off. Put him out of his misery. I like that the T30 call and kill all. It would have been brilliant if they did that, because I actually reckon that the battle could have probably played out ever so differently. But unfortunately, that's the way it goes sometimes. And it was just a disappointment that we lost this battle. As you can see by my what you call it, damage meter at the top, 4,400 damage. Very nice way to finish. I was super happy about this battle. I thought it was really great. It was just a damn shame that we ended up losing, and I was probably too far away to help the mouse. The mouse may have actually, if I could see which way he was facing, let's get rid of that. So he was facing the enemy Leopard, so he may have taken out a Leopard, but the IS-8 probably would have given another hit on him. It would have probably taken me to get back to help him. Concluding that, it would have meant that probably it would have been me and the mouse versus the AMX 1390 and possibly even the scumbag, and it would have probably been a loss, or it could have been a win. Either way, we'll never know. It was just a pity that it was ended up not being kill all like the T30 on the opposition team was requesting. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So it was a really good match, and I was happy. And this was the first match that I played today, or yesterday, as this video comes out. So T30, brilliant tank if you can get it in the right positions. Know your enemies. The whole point of XVM, as I always say in a lot of my other replays, is to know and be able to recognise the efficient way to read it and things like that. So I have one more battle for you guys. I will proceed over to it and get it going. Alright guys, here we are on South Coast. This is actually the whatchamacallit, this is the battle that's previewed in the new intro. I played this battle and I was in 2 frames of mind. Normally I wouldn't do what I'm about to do, which is probably camping and protecting the base, but I found that, you know what, everyone else seems to be doing it, and I'm sick and tired of, well, basically losing, purely and simply because you cannot attack this hill very well. It is a very well guarded and fortified hill. Whether it's the fact that with the ridge line that is currently there, this one here protects the tanks ever so nicely from scumbags. Now there is no scumbags on this map. The view range on the T30 is not too shabby. I do admit that it's sort of it's got basically a view range for me about 400. So things like that IS4, I've just caught the edge of it as he's come down the hill. I thought I might be able to catch someone else because the actual shots from this gun do fire quite nicely. The object there, I thought I might be able to sneak a shot through to him, but I wasn't able to. He's behind a rock there. So in hindsight, there is plenty of cover coming from the other flank as well. So it's sort of one of those things where you've got to make the right decisions. Now, I know for a fact that I've been over in that town on the other side there where the WZ1114s are, and it's a hell of a lot of ones and a lot of fours. I don't understand why we have to call it a 1114, but of course that's the way it goes. Sort of weird thinking by the Chinese there, but you've just got to name them in numbers apparently. This is where, as you can see, I get a little bit frustrated and I think, you know what, let's just blow the crap out of the houses, get the damn things out of my way so I can shoot these damn tanks. As you can see, the other scumbags that are with me are thinking the same. Scumbags, TDs and the medium tank are all thinking the same thing. Let's just blow the houses up. Let's create a hole so we can sit there and shoot these guys and keep them back. Ooh, nice juicy IS3. If only I had my shell reloaded now, be able to pound him and leave him over 200 hit points. And that was probably just unfortunate that I couldn't look back for the WZ. Oh, there's a shot. Not a very good shot, so we'll let him be. Then I saw this lovely valley here. Now I will pause it just for a few seconds, purely and simply because I want to show you this. Now if you can have a look, this valley, in times gone by, it's always been a very, very hard valley to assault. I know this for a fact. I avoid this valley purely and simply because of what you can see. There is a Borsig, there is the T69 and myself, plus the Panther 8.8, all sitting up here pretty well guarding it. There's only one way in, there's two way outs. There's the out here next to me, as well as the out down the end of it. If you have, like we have our IS-8 and all these other tanks over here, they can actually come up to this position and shoot through this hole here, and it's basically walking into a death trap. Along with, if you can get control of this area, you can actually sneak up to here or even on these ridges and completely surround the enemy. It's the only real threat is this ridge here where the Tiger 2 is, coming into this valley, where he can sort of protect these guys by sniping up it on people on this side, but he can't actually hit someone like me unless he falls back over here, which means that these guys on this flank is pretty safe. So it's a very, very hard valley to assault unless you are very quick at getting up there without taking a lot of damage. But unfortunately for these guys, it didn't pay off as well as what they thought. And it was basically pretty well a damn shame for them. Now as you can see, I'm waiting here in a position, couldn't quite get my gun down, so I pulled back thinking that IS-4 can hit me, but I can reposition, try to find that sweet spot that I can then plant some decent shots into these guys. That poor Object 907, thinking he could rush up there. Of course, as I said, if we take a look just over there, those guys have got that ridgeline and he got hit pretty hard, along with the fact that the 69 can probably finish him off now, which is, I'm pretty sure, is what happened. I'm able to plant a nice shot into the T49, and as I said, that 69 has destroyed the object. And if he got through, it may have been different, but these guys have stopped. If they hadn't stopped and they'd all pushed as one group, it possibly would have been a bit more different. And here it is. Come on. Look at that. Oh, that poor KV4 being ammo racked. But in essence, in some ways, I didn't really anticipate that to happen. I didn't plan that to happen. Oh, I've been detracked. And that's only because now the 69 to 49 fell back into a covering position to shoot up here on this ridge line. I've now intended upon going about doing things differently. As you can see, I actually got ammo racked, so I quickly repaired both my tracks and my ammo rack using my large repair kit. I then proceeded to think, okay, maybe I can come down here and be protected and shoot these guys, but I didn't advance far enough. And realizing that it was not a very good position, I decided that it was time to pull back. So I probably could have got some more damage on these guys if I hadn't come down here, and it was just sort of more or less a move that I needed to take. It was a move that sort of I needed to just see if they would come up to me, and I'd be able to swing this gun a couple of times. But I probably was very exposed at the same time, and exposing myself to a lot of damage. Now the Tiger 2 has just dropped off the cliff. The WZ1114 is not able to advance anymore. He is now in a position, but he's been able to force our hands in a way. Now I'm pulling it here, as you can see, I have the edge to shoot the T34. IS4 has taken a shot at me and missed, thankfully. Now the 8.8 is sort of now in my way when it comes to actually swinging my gun, so I need to be a bit more forceful and say, hey, this is my spot, you go find your own. The only thing is now I can't get the gun depression over this edge because they're too far back around that corner, and it doesn't leave me with many options, which is a damn shame. This was an amazing battle. I did thoroughly enjoy it. The object on the hill over there, I thought maybe I can sneak some shots at him. I couldn't get anything else. The rest of the team is just sort of now finishing them up, so I thought, well, what's there to lose? It's time to now advance up, get down this hill, and basically assault these guys. Assault them fast and strong and get as much damage as I can, and finish this battle quickly and quietly. IS4's in there with his rear facing me. Excellent opportunity, just pound one straight through him, destroying him, giving me 3,300 damage for this battle. The WZ is only got to fight against what is it? Well, whatever it was, it's dead. Our Tiger 2, so he's pretty well advanced. Now this is where I got a bit worried, wondering where he was going to assault from. WZ1114, I don't know a lot about. Being a tier 9 Chinese tank, I believe it is, premium tank, I'm not sure. It's a tank that I have not seen a lot of. It's only recently I've noticed it a bit more popping up since playing a lot more tier 9 battles. So it sort of, it makes you wonder about them. Now I did hesitate here because I was concerned he was actually going to come down the hill and chase me, so I've decided to get him to a hold down position. But then I saw, just out of the corner of my eye, the tree in front of me fell down, which means that the WZ1114, I'm getting sick of saying that name, has pushed up on the back flank, thinking he would be able to flank around behind them. Clearly he must have either forgotten about me or didn't see me or didn't have XVM on his PC, which is interesting because for a player of his experience, that's a bit odd. Comes around trying to get the IS-7, flying down, IS-7 fires, hits him and detracts him. I auto aim and finish him off, and that is the end of that battle. Absolutely amazing. Had a brilliant time playing in this tank. great win, 3,414 damage done, and I cannot complain about this. Walking into the trap, as basically I say. That valley is a death trap. I know for a fact you don't assault it. I very rarely come over here and assault on this side. It's just very difficult. This map, probably from the southern flank, is harder to win at, to what I've found, than it is at the northern flank. So guys, this is the start of my year. This has been a great start of the year. Dominant roles at the moment is for me to improve my win rate. It shows 825. Generally, most of the time, I aim to do a win rate of a win rate of about 1,000 plus at the moment. That is my goal, to try and keep it above and to actually get it up there. Now Kaz has done that with his. I don't see why I can't. I know for reasons that mine hasn't improved because I have played a lot of low tier tanks. I have currently in my garage 5 to 6 tier 9s and 1 tier 10. I thought, well, there's no reason for me to be so low anymore. It's time to actually start playing the tanks, and stop playing so many low tier tanks. So I've decided to take up the baton and play in the higher tier tanks to get my efficiency rating up. It's been very slack on me, but as I said, due to factors, it doesn't represent me as a player, and that's why you should probably more or less focus on how many battles someone's played rather than their efficiency, because like mine, it is misleading to a certain extent because I have played so many low tier tanks. I've played dominantly in the tier 7 range, generally doing 700 to 800 damage per battle. In sort of tier 7 below is pretty reasonable. So in hindsight, I am a better player than what my stats actually say, and Kaz always says that my statistics are very, very misleading. He also says that I've probably hacked, but I haven't got time to bother hacking, and it's just the way of things go. So guys, look, I hope you have enjoyed this couple of battles with the T30. I know for a fact that I have enjoyed playing the T30. I think it is an amazing tank. The top gun on this doing an average alphage damage of 750 with a penetration of 240 something, I believe, is pretty impressive. You can penetrate pretty well most tanks, and the alpha damage is just what makes this tank a monster. Guys, as I always say, look, enjoy what you do. Please subscribe to my channel if you feel you like the stuff that I do. It just lets me know that people are liking the stuff, particularly when you like the battles that I do. Along with that, I do have a Facebook page and an email if you wish to send me any requests or videos you would like me to put up on my Facebook page that you've had as great battles. I don't mind doing that. Please send them in through World of Tanks replays as a link. I would prefer that than having a file sent to me through my email. But outside of that, guys, look, enjoy what you do. Happy hunting. I'll catch you on those battlefields.